While inflation continues a slow downward trajectory, it has remained stubbornly above the 5% mark since the beginning of the year. The Reserve Bank expects inflation to average 4.9% this year. Food inflation has continued to slow from 4.3% in May to 4.1% in June. In its recent interest rate announcement, the Reserve Bank said it was concerned about administered prices inflation. Housing and utilities increased by 5.5% year-on-year and contributed 1.3 percentage points to the annual inflation rate. Transport inflation decelerated to 5.5% from 6.3% as fuel prices went down in the month.
Inflation has remained within the 5 to 6% range for the past 10 months. After stalling at 4.7% in April and May, the annual rate for food and non-alcoholic beverages edged lower to 4.6% in June. Food and non-alcoholic beverages inflation has declined from its recent peak of 14% in March 2023. June's reading is the lowest since September 2020. That's 45 months ago at the peak of the COVID lockdowns, when the rate was 3.8%. Several food and non-alcoholic beverage categories registered lower annual inflation rates in June, including sugar, sweets and desserts, vegetables, fruit, milk, eggs and cheese, and fish.
It's expected, however, that inflation will continue to slow going forward, raising hopes of an interest rate cut before the end of the year.
We are only seeing one coming through in November. We are a bit more hawkish relative to the rest of the market. I do realize that the market is starting to price in a bit more cuts, and that obviously follows the MPC cutting or reducing rather the inflation forecast at the previous meeting. They are also showing that they're moving towards a more or having a more dovish tilt, if I can put it that way, with 2 members already voting for a cut. So we are moving in that direction, but we think the MPC has flagged quite, with emphasis, some of these upside risks, and we think that they will be cautious.
It's anticipated that inflation will slow to reach the midpoint of the Reserve Bank's 3 to 6% target bracket over the medium term. Gloria Sefako, SABC News, Johannesburg.